One Radio Network. The Bengals kicked off voluntary OTA workouts Tuesday, but a pair of wide receivers were not on the field as they seek new contracts. Both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins were absent. Chase has 2 years remaining on his rookie deal, but is eligible for the first time to sign a long-term extension. Higgins also skipping this week's voluntary workout after receiving the franchise tag. The Bengals began mandatory minicamp on June 11th. NFL Network insiders Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero both reporting Texans wide receiver Nico Collins signing a 3-year, $72.5 million extension. Collins had just under 1,300 yards receiving and 8 touchdowns in 2023. And Tom also reporting both Patriots quarterback Drake May and Rams defensive end Jared Verse agreeing to terms on their 4-year rookie contracts. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started Wesley Financial Group to do one thing, help people get out of their timeshare nightmare. When you buy a timeshare, the timeshare company can raise your annual maintenance fees at will. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Want out of your timeshare? Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230, Kxo, El Centro, California. I checked. Yeah, we made it to a Wednesday. 29th day of May, 2024. And I'm Carroll in the newsroom, Jared. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
Well, in the news, it's graduation season, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, it had to happen. It's happened before. It'll happen again. A brawl broke out at a Tennessee kindergarten graduation ceremony between at least 10 adults and children. A video shows the May 15th incident in a small town just outside of Memphis. The kids, well, it's kindergarten. They learned their ABCs. And at their graduation ceremony, they got a lesson in MMA.
I heard somebody threw a chair, but it was a very tiny chair.
Yeah, I'd have to double check on that. But, boy, yeah. Parents, you can't take them anywhere, can you? Okay. Yeah, just to attend, a little league baseball or softball game, right?
Yeah, check what's in his cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Are you an American Idol fan?
No.
Well, the American Idol finale posted much lower than expected ratings. But hey, as long as the show gave us a new crop of artists we can enjoy and follow for years to come, it was all worth it. In other words, it wasn't worth it at all. It's amazing that and a number of other so-called reality shows and entertainment shows are still on. You just kind of wonder. It's probably because there has not been a fresh idea out of Hollywood in generations. So they just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Same old song and dance.
Yep. Okay. We've got some birthdays to celebrate. Do you want the big shot birthdays?
Let's do the big shots.
Okay. Let's see. Composer Danny Elfman. He was also part of Oingo Boingo. He's 71. Singer LaToya Jackson, 68. Actor Ted Levine is 67. Actor Annette Bening, 66. Actor Rupert Everett, 65. Actor Adrian Paul, 65. Melissa Etheridge, 63. Actor Lisa Whelchel is 61. Noel Gallagher of Oasis, 57. And let's see, actor Anthony Azizi is 55. Actor Laverne Cox, 52. Was she Laverne or Shirley? I don't know. And let's see, Singer Melanie Brown, Scary Spice of the Spice Girls, she's 49. Singer Fonseca, 45. Actor Justin Chon, 43. Actor Billy Flynn, 39. Actor Blake Foster, Turbo of the Power Rangers, 39. Actor Riley Keough, that would be Elvis's granddaughter, 35. Actor Brandon Michael Smith, 35. Actor Kristen Alderson is 33. And actor Lorelei Linklater is 31. Local birthdays coming up.
The all-new Woman Haven thrift store in El Centro is now open to receive your donations with a convenient drive-thru. We are located at 742 West Main Street. Our drop-off hours are Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. We accept household goods, sports equipment, furniture, and more. Impact your community right here in the Imperial County in a meaningful way through your donations. For more information, visit womanhaven.org.
We have happy birthday wishes today for Silver Espinosa, Carter Popejoy, Amy Ireland, Juan Mendez, Carla Paramo, Andrew Sosa, Candy Anderson, Conrad Alvarado, Randy Hines, Lanai Nunn, Maria Orozco, Isaac Alexander Jimenez, Alexander Diaz, Sue Reardon, Maria Rivera, Nick Manager, Tabia Ramos, and Darren Cuff. Happy birthday from Kxo. Well, also news that you can use in the area of Monrovia, California. There's a black bear that they've named Oreo. Seems Oreo broke into a home in Monrovia, went straight to the kitchen, grabbed what he wanted, and was caught on video leaving with a box of cookies in his mouth. Kind of sounds like Gabe Lemus, doesn't it? Yeah, Oreo has been in the neighborhood roaming backyards to look for food or to take a dip in swimming pools. As I said, the bear is kind of like Gabe, but with better manners.
The bear is double stuffed.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
Oreos.
Okay. You don't mess with the bears. I'm sorry. They're wild animals. And, you got to treat them that way. Pam and I came across a rather large black bear up in the White Mountains very early one morning. We were staying up in the Greer, Arizona area, and we went for a walk. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning, just as the sun was coming up, and we hit the edge of the banks of the Little Colorado River and surprised about a 300-pound black bear. The black bear just kind of looked at us and then ambled off into the woods, fortunately.
He was probably more scared of you than you were of it.
I think he'd probably been around humans a little bit, and okay, enough is enough. See ya, bye. But there are a few things that look as large as a 300-pound black bear moving away from you. At least should have had a license plate on it.
At least it wasn't a mama with cubs.
Fortunately.
Yes.
Okay. We've got news. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It's a look at World and California news headlines right now, brought to you by the Imperial Valley Food Bank, fighting hunger in Imperial County since 1991.
CBS News Brief. The judge has just begun instructing jurors at Donald Trump's criminal hush money trial, advising them to set aside personal opinions or bias against the former president. When the judge finishes, deliberations will begin. CBS's Errol Barnett.
It's then all up to these 12 New Yorkers who will go behind closed doors as they speak to each other and negotiate and hash this case out.
Israel's national security advisor says he expects military operations in Gaza to continue at least through the end of the year. As a top Biden administration official insists, Sunday's deadly airstrike did not cross President Biden's red line. The new all-time career batting average leader, Josh Gibson, as MLB incorporates the records of Negro League players. USA Today's Bob Nightingale.
He'll have a career batting average of .372, which passes up Ty Cobb. He'll have this highest slugging percentage passing up Barry Bonds.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
My name is Sarah Griffin, and I'm the Executive Director of the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially for those struggling to find their next meal. As a monthly donor, you can help the Imperial Valley Food Bank purchase food in bulk to meet the growing needs of the more than 25,000 people we serve each month at over 30 locations. Even small monthly gifts can go a long way in helping fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley. Please consider giving monthly by donating online at www.ivfoodbank.org.
California headline news. Academic workers on strike picketing at UCLA and UC Davis Tuesday, angered by how the campus handled recent pro-Palestinian protests.
We will honor the strike. We will not cross the picket lines. We will not pick up any struck labor. We're here today to stand with our graduate students.
UCLA professor Matt Barreto. New variants, more time together, a recipe for an uptick in COVID cases here in California. UCSF Dr. Monica Gandhi says the new flirt subvariant has taken over from the dominant winter variant, JN1.
And we're still with that major family of Omicron. And then there's been all of these subvariants, and this particular subvariant is an offshoot of what's called JN1.
Even though cases are increasing, she says they're less than a third the number of cases compared to last year. Dollar Tree buying 93 of the closed 99-cents only stores in California. Most of those stores being bought by the company's former rival are in Southern California. The chain recently filed for bankruptcy. Gas prices in the state, $5.10 a gallon, down 7 cents from last week. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines presented by the Imperial Valley Food Bank. Become a hunger warrior. Contact the Imperial Valley Food Bank.
The news on vapes talks a lot about the technology and teen use, but parents need to know more about the dangers of nicotine. So know this. 1. Nicotine is a poison that can rewire teens' brains. 2. It can increase mood swings. 3. It can limit attention and learning. So even when it comes in new tech, nicotine is brain poison. Go to undo.org for more.
2 guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same 2 guys drove home. One guy wore a seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the valley. Before you head out on a summer road trip, head into Quick Lane. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
In the KXO newsroom, 500 pounds of meth in a trailer. Here's George Gale.
According to a U.S. Customs and Border Protection news release, on May 20th, a tractor-trailer rig approached the Kxo commercial facility. The driver and big rig were sent to secondary inspection, where CBP officers used a non-intrusive technology to screen the empty trailer. Scan revealed anomalies, and the K9 team also alerted to the trailer. Further examination led to the discovery of 523 pounds of methamphetamine concealed in the frame of the trailer. Driver, 25-year-old man who was a valid border crossing card holder, was turned over to the Homeland Security Investigations for further processing. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And you want to catch those guys? Yeah, well, here's your chance. U.S. Customs and Border Protection, they are having a resume and application workshop on Thursday, May 30th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Imperial County Workforce Development Office at 1250 West Main Street in El Centro. You can register now, and for the event, you are going to need to bring your own laptop. KXO News Time, 7:42.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
El Centro police arrested a man suspected of animal cruelty. Here's George Gale with details.
A social media post on Monday showed an apparent incident of animal cruelty. Video was widely viewed and police were made aware of the incident. Video made by a witness shows a man kicking a dog several times. Officers were able to identify residents and contact the suspect. After an investigation, dog owner was arrested and charged with animal cruelty. Dog was removed from the residence. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
An adult education school receives accreditation. Calexico School. It is Robert E. Morales Adult Education School. The Calexico Unified School District says the school has been awarded Western Association of Schools and Colleges accreditation. The official ceremony will be held Wednesday at the school site in Calexico. Calexico Unified School District Superintendent Arturo Jimenez says for the first time in its 103-year history, Robert F. Morales Adult Education School will offer the adult community members the opportunity to receive a fully accredited high school diploma with all the rights and privileges. Several have been invited to attend the event, including members of the Robert Morales family. KXO News Time, 7:44.
Page one of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Attention golfers. Golf Liquidation in Yuma is having a huge liquidation sale. Right now, save on over 800 golf bags and over 10,000 new and used golf clubs, Callaway, TaylorMade, and more. Men's and ladies' golf clubs are now only $6. Golf Liquidation has their own hitting area and putting green. It's their huge liquidation sale happening now at Golf Liquidation, 10581 South Frontage Road in Yuma.
And it's page 2 of the local news with weather, all brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers and Beer.
A ribbon cutting was held last week. It was for the south extension of Imperial Avenue in El Centro. Here's George Gale.
It was for the south extension of Imperial Avenue in El Centro. Ceremony was for phases 1 and 2. Project is not done yet. There are still 2 phases to go. Phase 3 will begin in the fall of 2025. It will extend South Imperial Avenue to Manuel Ortiz Avenue at an approximate cost of nearly $2.2 million. Phase 4, the final phase, will extend South Imperial Avenue to McCabe Road. Funding for the final phase has not been approved. The date of the final phase will begin. When it will begin has not been determined. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And Brawley Police Chief is the keynote speaker. Brawley Police Chief invited to the Sunburst Youth Challenge Academy's Thrive graduation. It is a California National Guard event. Brawley Police Chief Jimmy Duran served as the keynote speaker at the event. He delivered an inspiring message about being epic, striving for excellence in everything you do, pursuing your passions, being innovative for greater efficiency, and seeking collaboration with others. Sunburst Youth Academy is a 5.5-month residential program for at-risk youth that is operated by the California National Guard in partnership with the Orange County Department of Education. The program aims to intervene in the lives of 16 to 18-year-old at-risk students, equipping them with the values, life skills, education, and self-discipline needed to become successful, productive citizens. The students earn 65 high school credits. The Brawley Police Department will be entering into a partnership with the National Guard's Drug Demand Reduction Outreach. As part of the collaboration, 3 full-time National Guard soldiers will be assigned to support the Brawley Police Department's fentanyl education program and campaign and assist with youth programs. The soldiers will be stationed with the Brawley PD Community Liaison Unit at the Brawley Lions Center. And we had a 2-vehicle collision. Here's George Gale.
One person suffered minor injuries. Vehicles collided on Highway 115 near Townsend Road. Ford pickup collided with a Honda Civic. An occupant in the Honda was injured. Collision was reported at 8:45 Tuesday morning. California Highway Patrol responded to the incident. Cause has not yet been determined. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
and a fiber arts expo at Pioneers Museum on Saturday, June 1st. They will be celebrating the talent of local artists working in fiber. This includes quilters, crocheters, embroiderers, seamstresses, and others working with textiles. Our Far South Border North Grant artists will share more about their community quilt project while also showcasing the breadth of local talent working in the Imperial Valley. This expo is free to participants and the public, and the museum will also host different activity stations inspired by our historic textile collections. They will have free drinks and snow cones from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's it for page 2 of local news.
Did you know that Burgers and Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6 with specials on select appetizers, beer specials, and more? Ask about drink specials all day with $5 drinks like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. Our weekday lunch specials include a soft drink from only $8 to $11. May specials include sangria, birria melt, and $5 bottles of Corona. Burgers and Beer with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers and Beer for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says dry and tranquil weather conditions will persist through at least the weekend, but expect continued above normal temperatures as high pressure generally dominates across the region. Highs in the Imperial and Yuma valleys will run about 5 degrees above normal, with readings between 100 and 105 degrees under sunny to mostly sunny skies. 102 the high yesterday, 72 the overnight low. Wind gusts peaked at 32 miles an hour. Sunny today with a high near 102. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Tonight clear with a low around 71. West wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour. Winds turn south after midnight. Tomorrow sunny with a high near 104. South-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southwest later in the morning. 81 degrees, 28% relative humidity, wind out of the west at 10, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, served by Burgers and Beer. They've got the best burgers in the valley, daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and of course happy hour 3 till 6 p.m. every day.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to kxoradio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
It's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. The Imperial Tigers softball team continued their winning ways. The Tigers shut out the JW North Huskies 7-0 in a CIF Southern California Championship Division III game yesterday in Imperial. The Tigers racked up their 28th win of the season. The number 3 seed Tigers will take to the road. They will meet number 2 seed Steel Canyon Cougars in San Diego tomorrow. In the NBA, the Timberwolves, they avoided elimination. The Timberwolves topped the Mavericks 105-100. Dallas leads that series 3-1. So what's coming up in the West Finals? Yeah, the Mavericks and the Timberwolves, they will tee it up again tomorrow.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And in Major League Baseball, Major League Baseball revamping the record books, including the Negro Leagues, and that means Josh Gibson became Major League Baseball's career leader with a .372 batting average, surpassing Ty Cobb. I can hear Ty Cobb now. Nothing we could use on the air, I'm sure. The Negro League records for more than 2,300 players were incorporated into the Major League Baseball records after a 3-year research project. Gibson's .466 average for the 1943 Homestead Grays became the season standard. And speaking of Major League Baseball, the Dodgers outlasted the Mets 5-2 in a 10-inning game to start off a doubleheader. And the Dodgers shut out the Mets 3-0 in the nightcap. Meanwhile, the Red Sox beat up on the Orioles 8-3. Cardinals topped the Reds 7-1. Athletics shut out the Rays 3-0. Braves blanked the Nationals 2-0. Cubs beat the Brewers 6-3. Twins topped the Royals 4-2. Blue Jays over the White Sox 7-2. Rangers ripped the Diamondbacks 4-2. Guardians powered up and beat the Rockies 13-7. Angels nipped the Yankees 4-3. Mariners over the Astros 4-2. It was the Giants holding on. They beat the Phillies 1-0 in 10 innings. The Padres shut out the Marlins 4-0. Pirates and the Tigers postponed. They will make up that game today. And in other news, USC freshman guard Bronny James will remain in the 2024 NBA draft and forego his remaining collegiate eligibility. The news, no real surprise. And that's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers. Thank you for choosing Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. In today's highly competitive business climate, your company's image is important. The printed materials your company uses conveys a major part of that image. Our graphic designers have the talent and expertise to create a lasting impression for your business. Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers virtually any type of business solution to meet your needs, from business cards and stationery to computer forms, full-color brochures, and posters. Let our excellent service and attention to detail provide the best impression for you. Locally owned and operated, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company that protects you, your home, your business, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Ryan Salome, the former co-CEO of FTX's Bahamian subsidiary and a top lieutenant of Sam Bankman-Fried, has been sentenced to 10 years in jail. Bankman-Fried himself was sentenced earlier this year to 25 years in prison for stealing $8 billion from FTX customers. Prosecutors say Salome, Bankman-Fried, and former FTX engineering chief Nishad Singh used FTX customer funds to donate to political candidates supporting crypto-friendly legislation. In addition to the prison term, Salome, 30, was sentenced to 3 years of supervised release and ordered to pay more than $6 million in forfeiture and more than $5 million in restitution. Meanwhile, Walgreens is joining other retailers in cutting prices across the board, from snacks to toiletries and even Squishmallows, in an effort to lure back inflation-wary shoppers turned off by high prices. Prices are dropping immediately on more than 1,500 items online and at its stores, which include both name and store brands, according to Walgreens. In the past few weeks, competitors, including Target, Walmart, and Amazon, slashed prices on thousands of household goods to rev up consumer spending. What's happening on the big board right now? It's ugly. Lots of red. The Dow off 370 points at 38,484. The S&P 500 down 29 at 5277. The NASDAQ off 54 points at 16,966. Gold has dropped $12.70 an ounce, and oil is off 26 cents a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 102. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Clear tonight with a low around 71. West winds 5 to 15 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Sunny on Thursday with a high near 104. South-southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming southwest later in the day. 82 degrees, 27% relative humidity, wind out of the west at 15, gusting up to 22 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal, the only postal box service offering 24-hour a day, 365 days a year service. That's Southwest Postal. You'll find them at 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The best oldies on the radio. Imperial Valley's local news source.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile.
I'm Steve Kathan. The jury's about to get the criminal case against Donald Trump. CBS's Matt Piper is at the courthouse in New York City.
The jury of 12 has now been given its instructions by the judge, who told them, "You alone are the judges of the facts, and you are responsible for deciding whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty." The former president is here with a smaller entourage. His son, Don Jr., is the only family member here inside today. When the jurors walked in, none looked directly at Trump, but they are looking at the judge as he speaks to them.
It's been a punishing few days in Texas. Powerful storms are blamed for at least one death, damage, and power outages affecting hundreds of thousands. Dallas County Judge Clay Lewis Jenkins.
I've been doing this for 14 years, and I don't remember ever having a multi-day event quite like this one.
Well, CBS's Jim Crisula has more on a possible fatal alligator attack in the Lone Star States.
Police in Houston found the body of an unidentified woman alongside a bayou. They're trying to determine whether she was killed by an alligator. Her husband called police after his wife never returned after going for a walk on the waterfront near their home late Monday night.
As Israel expands its offensive in Rafah, CBS's Cammie McCormick tells us there are growing concerns about the civilian population in Gaza.
The fighting has only made delivering aid more difficult for humanitarian groups. Kate Forbes of the International Red Cross and Red Crescent is making a plea for a ceasefire.
We have to have access. Nothing can change until we have access to get humanitarian aid in.
International efforts to secure a ceasefire remain stalled.
After 3 years of research, Major League Baseball has officially opened its record books to players from the Negro Leagues. Among other things, it means Josh Gibson now has the top batting average for a career and an individual season. Willie Mays has 10 additional hits. Brian Verhasselt of the GM of the New Jersey Negro League ballpark. It's now a museum.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's a long time overdue. You cannot tell the story and the history of Major League Baseball and not include the Negro League baseball players.
In a new Smithsonian video, the First Lady made news.
Join us. It's official. The pandas are coming back to D.C.
2 giant pandas from China will be sent to the National Zoo before the end of the year. The revelation comes 6 months after the last 3 pandas in D.C. went back to China. Earlier, China agreed to send 2 pandas to the San Diego Zoo this summer. Checking Wall Street right now, it's a down day for stocks. The Dow is off 360. The S&P is down 29. This is CBS News.
Switch to T-Mobile and save with tons of benefits on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use the savings calculator to find out how at T-Mobile.com/switch.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, summer is our season. And we're kicking it off with a free 12-ounce Island Punch smoothie for National Flip-Flop Day. Grab your flip-flops and head to your local cafe on May 29th from 2 to 7 p.m. Terms and conditions apply.
If you've been injured in an accident that wasn't your fault, we have legal professionals standing by to answer your questions. They'll tell you if you have a case and how much it's potentially worth. Call 800-710-5220 to speak with a live person now.
Advertisement sponsored by Legal Help Center. May not be available in all states.